People say what? That life sweet. Right? By Scott, I sing a song, na 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 na. No, no, life sweet. But guess what? No, 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 no. Life not sweet. You understand? When it's so cold right now, you lean over me. And my woman talk to the how she wants. You understand? These other nations are eating up your flesh. But yes, life sweet. Life sweet for the so-called white man and these other nations. But what about you people? You people send for having a little cable, a little hot water in your household by the cases. Right? You have 2, 3, 4 women. Right, life sweet. Where? That's what you have wickedness, but the righteousness. True righteousness is when life sweet. When you have a shine, you have shine, and that is when life sweet.
When they can leave an inheritance for your son, life sweet.
God.
You understand? When children can leave something for the, when the parents can leave something for the children, right? Could bless the children, but right now children have to go back and bless the parents, right?
And let the counsel of the Holy One of Israel draw nigh and come, that we may know it.
Yeah, that you people may know it. So that it's spread to all this. Let me see it come, sir. But you people ain't seeing it. Like really? You people ain't seeing it. Because I know IUIC people ain't seeing it. I know GOPC people ain't seeing it. Right? Because them just not flying up fucking me. You understand? Them just not flying up me. Saying the French is the life.
Look at IUIC. You see the IUIC or GOPC?
That IUIC club. The French just is the light. Well, I want to know if this is Christmas lights around we are garment. So that's the light now, boy. You understand?
You see the ignorance that these scriptures speak that they teach? They don't prepare the people at the gate for the day of the Lord. The French is the light to say.
Yeah.
So what John 1 go down say? 1:1 go down say. Light, the word was the light and the life of men. You understand?
But the Haitian food for Salah. Yeah, the Haitian food come when we are battling and when you say, when the scripture say, my brother, when the scripture say, you are the light of the world. What is the light? The stringent.
No, it's the wisdom.
Yeah,
it's the wisdom.
The reason why they bring that back because remember the French are supposed to be our reminder, you know.
Can't.
So that is why they're saying that.
But we don't live by the law, we live by faith. So the whole doctrine is not correct.
You don't understand. He saw how the law. He saw to follow the whole law and keep wearing fringes. Does that mean he's so one mistake? He's so to put fringes on the bottom of the garment if he wants it.
He's so using our law against us.
That's it.
He's so using our law to make us abominable to the Most High. Can't. That's what he's so doing. The food, the clothes, the clothing. You understand?
This is how fucking you know, man.
You them getting it twisted, you know, like a youth man on the job down there. He's a Christian, right? Tell him about Old Testament and the New. I said, so yeah, talk about multiple wives. I said, so yeah, they could have multiple wives. You have no problem with that. He said, don't go in the Old Testament for me. I get so mad. I said, oh, the Christian was. I said, look at him, I'm not doing that fucking game right through. I said, the Most High coming back just now. You're serious, you know, brother. You're serious, you know. The Lord coming back just now to church only with this Old Testament and New Testament. I said, it's one book.
That's right.
It's one book. What you do like the book of a separation and from one thing to the next is one book. It just surely the whole role and go and speak to the house of Israel. And the law say, and you have a side quoted, that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord, that by that shall man live.
That's right.
So then we tell him about the Old Testament and the New Testament. Right, follow?
And when again, chop up the two. Testament just mean covenant. You understand what's the new covenant? All the laws in the earth now. So we don't need to go through the book now to say, oh well, now I do wrong because give me Romans 7. because Paul himself said.
Yeah, because it become the laws now become a behavior.
Right.
Which we try to inculcate because we have faith in Yahweh Shai and we follow after Yahweh Shai.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So it's a behavior, we behave in a certain way. You have an integrity to keep. Once you keep that integrity and that behavior, that's how we be found righteous and we in righteousness. You understand? But the laws can't save us because we can't. First to begin, you talk about the fringes, which is one law. You're condemning yourself, but you can't keep all. So what about the law? What about Passover time? The unblemished lamb. You understand? They're breaking laws right there. So these, hey, actually all the followers are Nate, they're ignorant. And they slumbered because they don't study and search. But really, actually, the Most High put that veil over their eyes. Yeah, the Most High didn't give them that light, that eye to see and them ears to hear. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Romans chapter 7 verse 20 says, now if I do that I would not, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me.
You understand? The sin that dwelleth in me that he do something that he don't want to do. You understand what?
It says, I find then a law that when I would do good, evil is present with me.
Yes, he find them. So what? You go out to go through the scriptures and find a law. But when the law written in your heart, no, you don't have to find no law. Because you don't know, hey, if I do that, I'll be going off. So it's done written in your heart. Right? Because every Sabbath they have to go and do what? Read the law. Come on, Hebrews 8 in it. Right? Because in the book of Ezra, right? And different books they show that they used to read the law on every Sabbath. You understand? Well,
This is Hebrews chapter 8 verse 8. For finding fault with them he said, behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
well,
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, said Yahweh.
well.
For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days,
Right, the New Testament, go ahead.
said Yahweh, I will put my laws into their mind and write them into their hearts.
Right, you open to the mind and write it in their heart. Right, that he say he will take away from them the stony heart and give them a heart of flesh. You understand? So it's more like a sponge, you receive it. Because where is that stone? Some hard. You understand? They say these hard-headed niggas, they hard. You understand? Go ahead.
And I will be to them a power, and they shall be my people.
Right, because why? Why here we are going on? Because we walking in his ways. Right? We will not be perfect, we will not be clean. You understand? So henceforth they say corruption or iniquity are separated us from the Most High. But now we are beyond God because why walking perfectly before Him. Go ahead.
And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying,
Right, so nobody have to teach the neighbor his brother again. Go ahead.
know Yahweh, for all shall know me,
All shall know Him. Go ahead.
from the least to the greatest. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more.
Stand.
In that he said, a new covenant he hath made with the first old, that now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away.
Yes, because guess what? This paper, hey, this waxing away by itself, you understand? But when the laws, hey, write the laws in our hearts, guess what? That will go and wax away, right? So guess what? Paul had to go and look, right? He had to consent to the law, hey, that was real wrong. But no more going and be so, because we'll be walking perfect, having the laws written within us, right? We all know, guess what? The friendship is just a reminder, but we don't have to look for a friend because this one don't say thou shalt not sleep with man, however the case is. You understand?
We had the phylacteries, we had the thing that used to tie in the center of your head. All these different things you used to do. So why they don't uphold all dress up in a costume and come out here? You know? Yeah.
It's Romans chapter 10 verse 17. It says, So that faith coming by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High, right? And what he said in Psalms 147, verse 19 and 20, he showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He had not done so in every nation. No. He said faith coming by hearing, and hearing by the words of the Most High, by the truth, right? Esau, because Esau, look at the Bible, Esau have a Bible. If an Edomite want to keep the laws of the Most High as of right now, like the spring, alright, like the Sabbath, he could do that. But he can't have faith. Because he showed his word unto Jacob, alright, the statutes and his judgments unto Israel. And his true faith will go in and be saved. That's right. Not by the works of the law. Esau could, Elamites could read, go in the law and read it and they keep in the law. But that save them? No. Faith is what saving you in these last days.
That's right. This is Isaiah 26:10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly.
Yeah, in the land of uprightness he will deal unjustly. The wicked is the so-called white people.
That's right.
Alright, and the Most High goes, alright, he give them favor. And what the land of Israel go? And in that same land he deal unrighteously because of circumcision or else some circumcision. When you circumcise the baby and suck up the blood of the penis. You cover your wife with a sheet and have sex with her because she's considered unclean, I believe. Alright? The boy hold by his vagina and dies away of sex. The Most High didn't make women to be enjoyed like them. You understand? That's how you so-called white people do it. Because you've been shown favor, you went to our land and whether
it says, in the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly.
They dealt unjustly in the land of uprightness. The land of uprightness is the land of Israel. Alright? They dealt unjustly, they dealt wickedly. Gay parade in Tel Aviv is the biggest gay parade that have in the world. Alright? It have a slut walk or something, so just the land of Israel. With slut parade in the street, in the press outside, topless.
Naked too.
If I could say something, also talk about that favor, right? The scripture says that he was alive and he had his possession. And you know, he saw all the books, all that Israel and the spoken men. You understand? So favor, he had you laws of life in the possession by favor. But what? Because still do wickedness.
Because he can't have received faith because it's given to him. God. Faith was given unto the Israelites. Alright? Psalm chapter 22. Psalm 22, verse 23. It says, he that feareth Yahweh praiseth, all the seed of Jacob glorify him, and fear him, all the seed of Israel. Alright? Because he's talking to the Edomites. Okay? Fear the Most High. Sirach chapter 25, verse 12. It says, the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. Faith was given unto the Israelites. And the fear of the Lord also was given unto the Israelites. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love. And to have faith is when you cleave unto the Lord. You understand? No Edomites cannot have faith. If I fucking Edomite want to kiss, they don't go ahead. But they can't come into we power. Yeah, we're about to show me how shy that is true faith.
This is Nehemiah 1:11. O Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, I beseech thee, let now thy ear be attentive to the prayer of thy servant and to the prayer of thy servants who desire to fear thy name. And prosper, I pray thee, thy servant this day, and grant him mercy in the sight of this man. For I was the king's cupbearer, and this was Nehemiah. Nehemiah also an Israelite. right? And you're going to be back to water Israel. The people who say, I have to fear him, and the Most High is true, the children of Israel. Right? And the scripture says, Lord, by and thou turn us from saying your son, so, verse 16, but unto the wicked, Yahweh Shammah shall say, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shalt take my covenant in thy mouth?
Yeah, right. What is this mean to declare the Most High statute? The scripture says, lest the adversary should behave themselves strangely. Matter of fact, somebody said that I'm going to do Deuteronomy 32 verse 9. This says, my website adversary should behave themselves strangely. Yeah, but Nate, you guys know they're so caught up in the French. And the French.
The carnality.
Carnality. That carnality is a law we both say yes, but that you being a carnal person, you don't being faith-based Israelite. You understand? When you caught up in a French, just can't save you. So what I mean, if we are the French, it could save you. But then let me say a so-called white man started pouring Frenches, right? He could be saved to them.
So in other words, you can put on an Israelite dress, go and act as an Israelite and you're saved.
And act as an Israelite and you're saved.
It actually move away from the essence of the truth, because the essence of the truth is that we out here for the elect. Right? What we do, we prophesy the downfall of America, right? We are prophets of the Lord. We prophesy, right? And the true prophecy is that we out here for the elect, right? But basically Nathan, they out here for a church, all Israel, right? And that's why I see ISUPK. They won't take anybody who look like any of the other nations, because they don't understand. There's not part of the election to understand that Israel is a speckled bird now, boy. You understand? That Israel can come in all colors, form, shapes and sizes. We can look like the other nations, right? But the spirit is what bears witness. And that's how we come into this thing in the first place. Through recognition of the spirit. Recognition that this is the truth. You understand? But these other camps, they speak not the truth.
God, Nathan, them, they don't speak the truth. They don't come out and tell the truth. A French guy there say, more or less, because the scripture says, if you break one, you break all. Alright? We out here trying to live through faith. And your faith, no man can take your faith from you. No man can take your faith from you.
Hey, it was given to the righteous. It was given to the righteous in the womb.
God, it was given to the righteous from the womb. Faith. No man can come and take faith from you, only if it's slacking up and the Most High is up here. Alright?
This is Romans 8, I'll jump in. 33. Who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect? It is the Most High that justifies.
Yeah, you can't lay nothing in the charge of Yahweh. The Most High won't justify them. Whether they're right or they're wrong. Alright? You can't come and say nothing. Oh, you know when on your friends every day on work. No, but you don't know my heart, bro. My heart is my mind is the word serving the Lord 24/7. My mind is the word doing the things pleasing unto Yahweh from Yahushai and presenting my body a living sacrifice. So this carnality doctrine that you IYC guys have, scripture says that for to be carnally minded is death. For to be carnally minded is death. Alright?
Hey, we out here to wake up the elect and to condemn the 2/3. But he out here to build a church. He out here to gather and reap the flock. You understand? He taking the harvest, right? And he misusing the harvest. He taking advantage of the harvest. He's being malicious towards the harvest. You understand? Because, hey, part of our job is to condemn these other nations and 2/3 of our people. Right? Not welcome them and put them in a costume. You understand?
This is first Peter 5, verse 3. It says, leader as being lost over the Most High heritage, but being examples to the flock. And that we just try to do. You understand? Be a Lord over the Most High heritage. You understand? What about it? Because William Shelley is his own doctrine. He coming in the name of another
Christ.
Right? He coming in the name of himself. You understand?
Right.
And being Lord, basically taxing the people you have to buy
$300. How much ever for a startup kit? I usually like startup package. This garment thing, a special garment for the Passover. What not? Hey, the scripture says, render your heart and not your garment. You understand? All that's good. We're supposed to be in sackcloth, right? The Christians have what? Ash Wednesday. That comes after Shrove Monday and Shrove Tuesday, right? Ash Wednesday is the day after they celebrate the flesh. So basically in these other countries, we know that's Carnival Monday and Tuesday here. But in other countries, what they do? They give revelry for 2 days. They eat, they be gluttonous and wine bibbles for 2 days, right? To glorify the flesh. And then they repent on what the Ash Wednesday, the so-called Ash Wednesday, right? That's why Ash Wednesday is always after Carnival Monday and Tuesday every year, right? But Carnival Monday and Tuesday is never the same 2 days every year. But when they do Shrove Monday and Shrove Tuesday, it's never the same 2 days every year either, right? But it goes back to the solstice and the calendars, go back to paganism again, right? Now what happened is that, hey boy, I lose my train of thoughts there, right, for a quick minute, but oh shoot, slam, I lose my train of thoughts there for a quick minute. But the glory in the flesh, right? The glory in the flesh. Hey boy, I forget that thought just jumped straight out of my mind, boy. Still I care about that, boy. Yeah, come. Oh, read back your last precept in Peter. Salakia. I might get it back.
First Peter 5 verse 3. Lead us being lords over the Most High's heritage, but being examples to the flock.
I'm being examples to the flock. Now before that, boy, I can't remember what I forget the point. It's like the point just skip out my mind, but hey boy, and it was a nice point too.
You're talking about how they see the Most High that justifies, right? Because they know at the end of the day, you ain't gonna be asked where we friendship. You understand? But scripture also said that all righteousness is as filthy rags.
Can't.
Righteousness is as filthy
And also come on render, yeah. The scripture says rend, which means to tear, right? To tear, to repent, right? And what they do Ash Wednesday is they put ashes on their forehead any time of course, which goes back to Tammuz, which is Babylonian worship of Tammuz, yeah. But really and truly, that's a custom of the Israelites. What the Israelites will do, they will mourn. And when they mourn, they will tear the garment as a sign of mourning. They will put on sackcloth, like what we have on is a burlap sack. Basically, it's just a throw over, right? It's like your lowest garment, your lowest clothes, right? They will take ashes, and it will be ashes of dung most of the time, right? Cow shit, goat shit, sheep shit, right? And they'll burn it and they'll put it on their forehead. Right, so we out here supposed to be mourning. What Ezekiel 9 and 4 say? Hey, read Ezekiel 9 and 4. Right? So it's besides the point. What they do, they ain't mirth, they ain't glory. It's on record Nate saying that that the Passover is not a solemn feast. Right? Some people say that the Passover is a solemn feast, and they're mistaken. He is mistaken. The Passover was a very solemn feast. It was a time, what at the Passover you're eating haste. Right? Because why? The destroyer was coming. That was the time that, hey, the Most High was working on the miracles through Moses, through Moses and Aaron, and the Egyptian Magi couldn't keep up. They couldn't keep up, right? That night was the night of the apparitions, if I'm not mistaken, right? We keep going to the apparitions too, right? When the destroyer came, the destroyer destroyed the firstborn of the Egyptians the sheep, the flock, the children. Also, it had firstborn and 2/3 dying of Israel dying also. Because they didn't believe and they didn't put the blood of the lamb on the lantern, on the post. Right? So you can go into that too. Give me Ezekiel 9 and 4. Salakia, I don't mean to take over, but
This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city.
Salakia, you know the apparitions in I think it's either Ezra, right? Or Wisdom or Solomon. When the darkness came and the apparitions and they was hearing. Right, go ahead. Huh? Yeah.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4.
Come on.
And Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the forehead of the men that say that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Right, and that's what we found doing. We sighing and crying. We mourning. We mourning to see our women as whores in the streets. Our mothers lost. Our mothers, hey, the women, the mothers, the grandmothers, they're feeding cancer to the children. They're feeding cancer to the home because they don't know better, right? Because after slavery, we took the scrums that we was given, and through where the salt of the earth, they made it flavorable to eat, palatable to eat. But guess what? That's our destruction. It had nothing to do with the knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai prescribe what? The trees, the green trees and the herbs for meat, right? And the things that we're eating is destruction to the Israelite body, all right? So hey, the majority of the destruction of the Israelite family begins with the black woman, right? Yeah. So we are the ones that are mourning for what? The nigger woman, for the men. The men of Israel, hey, they have lost their stones. They have no balls, they have no testicles, right? They don't stand up. They fall down and roll over for everything, right? They're in submission. And I'm not talking about the submission. I'm going to go back to Genesis when they say that we're like a crouch old lion. They're just really in a submission of being weak. The men weak. They're weak-minded. They're physically weak. Watch out the stature of men back in the 70s and the 80s, the 60s, 50s, 70s, 80s. Jake was stronger in stature. But it all goes back to the food. We know that too. But also the spirit. Their spirit is weak. Hey, because if the spirit's strong, they can carry a weak body, you know. You understand? They have people who hold on to life. The disease, but they hold on to life because the spirit's strong. Right, but the spirit of Jake, man, is weak. It's effeminate. Right? Yeah, go ahead. No, it's not a Bible page. I thought it was a page.
Wisdom of Solomon.
Yeah, because basically I asked for the apparition scriptures because it says that the Passover is not a solemn feast. It's not a solemn time. Right? It was a solemn time. It is a solemn time. Right? It's a serious time. Hey, the Most High is not no kicksy man. The Most High is not no jokey man. He's not no actor. He don't play. You understand? He's an austere man. Go ahead.
Solomon chapter 3 verse 3. It says, for while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions. For neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear, but noises of waters falling down sounded above them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenances. No power of the fire might give them light, neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to light that horrible night.
So when we go over the Passover ceremony, when we go over the Feast of First Fruits, and all these different things, we remember the times of the scriptures. We read over the scriptures and we rehearse the righteous act. And then what the scriptures said to do, rehearse the righteous act. So we also rehearse the day of the Passover, right? Would it be a time of jollity, or would it be a time of fear and solemnness? and reverence of the Most High, praying for mercy that the Most High don't destroy you. Right, so this is what it's going into. It was a fearful time. It was a dark, serious time. Why?
It says, only they appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful.
Hey, you're out there in the wilderness in total darkness. No moonlight. So it's a new moon. Heavy cloud cover. So you can't see the stars. Right? And that is not even as dark as the scripture is describing right now. Right? The scripture, thick darkness, that means the darkness was dense. You know what dense? Lead is a dense substance and it's very heavy. So thick darkness, dense, heavy darkness, right? Go ahead.
It says, only they appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself. A fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. But being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not. And as for the illusions of art magic, they were put down.
They were put down. They what? As for the what? Illusion. It was an illusion. It was a trick. You understand? A sleight of hand. Right? They thought they had something, but the Most High showed his power. Yeah, the power Yahweh Bashim Yahushai showed his strength. He showed off on the Egyptians. Just like how he's going to show off on Esau and America. He's going to show off on the pride of man. Right? 2/3 of these women, these niggas. You understand? He's going to show off on y'all. You understand?
This is Exodus 15, verse 3, and then I'll jump to 16. It says, Yahweh is a man of war, Yahweh is his name. Right?
Come.
And it's talking about when he come back, all these nations when I'm fair, you saw and say when I'm fair, right? It says verse 16, fear and dread shall fall upon them by the greatness of thine arm. They shall be as still as a stone. Till thy people pass over, O Yahweh, till thy people pass over, which thou hast purchased. You understand? Because they will show it in Independence Day when the chariot break forth the sky. You understand? Like in Isaiah 64, all is down when it's ready heaven. And if the chariot come across and go just stand up and they like, stand still. You understand? Because why? But fear and that dread, like first time people see it, something like that. You understand? Scripture said that chariot when I'm walk, when I'm cover, when I'm making to a place that, you understand? Until when what? Scripture says, when the Lord pick up the elect, when I'm there, wherever so all the people most high person. You understand that day when I'm there and share and shit?
Yeah, so my point basically was that, you know, Nathan, they're going off on the doctrine and they are not prophets of the Lord. They are point blank plain, they're reprobates and they are not prophets of the Lord. If you're looking for prophecy and you're looking to be saved, it's in GMS. So with that being said, let me go back to prophecy. Because the apostles gave us directives on how we should be out there on the street. Prophesying the downfall of America, the RFID chip, the what? Concentration camp. You understand? How we are going to be saved? The chariots. Yes, so let me go back in line with that.
1 Corinthians chapter 14 verse 1 says, follow after charity and desire spiritual gifts, but rather that you may prophesy.
Come on.
Right?
Yes, so the most I say that I prophesy. Because scripture says what? Revelation 19, the spirit of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. Right? And like the spirit that elders of GMS of great men don't come in. Right? That spirit of prophecy. Right? As brothers say, we prophesy about many things. Right? So guess what? That's what's going on now. Right? So the revelation of Christ and the prophet is subject to prophecy. Right? So the men and great men don't have prophecy. Revelation 13 verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Right, so the scripture saying that he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Now when you read the scripture, going further up in this very same chapter, alright, it talks about a beast that was wounded unto death, and his deadly wound was healed. Alright? Just talk about into the healing of the deadly wound of the beast coming back in as America. The so-called white man had power to give life unto this image. The image that Rome was in, he brought America back in it. Alright? Read it over there again. Right?
This is Revelation 13, 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Right, so this is the ancient Roman Empire coming back to life as America basically. When it's coming back to life, so-called white man brought back Rome to life. The same ancient Roman philosophies, Roman ways, Roman customs, coming back as the United States of America. Alright? The image of the beast, that is the image of the beast. The image of the beast is not Caesar Borgia, as Nate teaches. Because Nate teaches that the image of the beast is Cesare Borgia. That's folly. That is folly and madness. The image of the beast is the ancient Roman Empire coming back as America. America coming in the image of Rome. America coming in the image, the same likeness of Rome. Alright, what?
Right? It says that the image of the beast shall both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast shall be dead.
That as many as will not worship the image of the ultimate plan for the NATO and the EU, America being part of NATO, the ultimate plan for them is to put the RFID microchip in your hand.
That's right.
And if you don't want to take it, you're going to be killed.
Can't.
Alright, then conforming to the ultimate image. You're not conforming to the image that the one the populace to be in, the world to be in. Alright, so you're going to be killed.
System. The image is also system. Right? Because they want to control everything, they want to know everything. Everything must be perfect. If you watch, I was watching actually I walked into the room on a movie, right? First to begin, I asked, I don't have HD program in my house. I asked, what going on here? That is what? That is Android TV. What is that? That internet TV? A cable program, but the show was produced with high definition. And it was, he saw in a perfect utopia system, and everybody was in white and going through. They had like a cafeteria. They was going through. They was eating in the cafeteria. Everybody was quiet. Everybody was nice and programmed. Guess what? When it was coming out of the cafeteria to pay, they were swiping their hands. They were swiping their hands. They had the chip. You understand? They sat down and they ate lunch. They folded their legs like the faggots they are. You know? And everything was perfect and white. Everything was made and organized. And that's how he saw if you watch the white man, that's how the white man operate. They organize, right? They have everything. That's where the science, the technology, right? When they go to their schools, they listen to their formula, what they call their experiment. They would have a hypothesis. They would test the hypothesis, and once after a certain amount of tests, they get the same answer. They call it a truth or a fact, right? And they repeat the same. That will become their remedy. So they repeat that same formula over and over because that's the formula to success, right? So this is what they plan to put down the ultimate formula, right? The ultimate formula, the ultimate equation: reduce human population to carry CO2 levels down, right? Pass the RFID chip so you can monitor everything on the planet. Right? They already have the satellites in space, the Sentinel program, a series of satellites that they put down, I think it was from 2012, I can't remember, I have to go back into the year, right? These satellites are responsible for what? Monitoring everything in the sea, everything underneath the sea, everything on land, everything in the land, everything in the sky, and everything in space. The Sentinel program, you can look it up, you understand? So that is a perfect formula. To have everybody chipped, the world monitored. They can already control the weather with the app. You understand? They can they can control everything. That's what they want to do. They want to play God. Can't.
Says, and it causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Right, you know when you go over this, right, hey, as the apostles said, the tongue like a broken record.
Can't.
And so we constantly say this over and over and over and over. I now come in the truth and I constantly review myself, I say this over and over. When you go into the word Mark, in that scripture there, it goes back to the Hebrew and the Greek word charagma, which means an imprinted mark, a stamp. Alright? It goes back into that.
To pierce.
So pierce, basically. That is what it's talking about. What do you do with the RFID microchip? You pierce it within your hands. Okay? You put that within your hands to buy, to sell. Alright? You got a company just what, 2 days, 3 weeks ago. Alright? Pass don't know law, then make it mandatory. But the sale basically it have about 85 people working there and 50 people volunteer to take the chip. About a couple days ago, they had people taking the chip and they were videotaping it. Alright, True Square Market is the name of the company. A company in Wisconsin, so the chip in America. The chip down here.
In Babylon.
It's in Babylon. It's in the mainland we're going to have to destroy.
The land of the prophecy.
So all you people who talk about this embargo and it's Christianity, alright, and it's the seventh Sunday worship.
John 3:16, Isaac.
Isaac said.
Hey, the Most High, Revelation said, you know, those who have eyes to see, let them see. Yeah, their eyes are open to it. They're not singing this song. They're singing this song, but the outer harmony, the outer beat, outer rhythm, the outer timing.
That's why I was trying to say you have your father, the devil. Because what? The devil can't dance. The devil does dance out of timing.
Can't.
When the devil dances, he tells the music, he does dance out of timing.
I'm surprised yesterday. I was watching something, it was on over in CNN or something, so there are some people dancing right now, I come on there, they get. What is that?
Yeah, I heard them asking, I see Jews was dancing in the wedding. You ever see the chair dance and all that shit? That's what they do with the bar mitzvahs and shit. Chair dance and river dance and all that. River dance can be a Jake dance too.
I'm Bali. They really familiar with
Remember Shut Rock? But I do the music and I see I'm like trying to it's a total off music, man. I don't know shit. They don't even dance to that, they just head bang, shake their brains, you know? Can't. Yeah, they shake their brain to try to make their brain turn, break the blood, make the brain short circuit like the head of skull to pass out.
But we actually went out to a friend that I end up my head. I was watching some awards and they thing and boy, them are no like nothing, a man come on the award, they shut up, I'm talking to you. Shut, that's the whole song.
Hey, Shalom Mark. GMS stay strong, Shalom.
Yeah, you need a mic, Yahushua say, you have your father the devil. You tell your shake, but they can't dance to the tune of the Most High. They can't go in a pod and say, what is that tune that come up with the whole philosophy. Oh, the mark of the beast is this clown balloon, we put potato chip on the hand. Alright?
Very fucking old, yeah, boy.
We put potato chip on the hand, this clown balloon. Then we have our next clown, say the mark of the beast is Christianity.
Can't.
That's the guy you call General Yohana, the commanding general of all Israel. He said the mark of the beast is Christianity. The mark of the beast is the RFID microchip. That's right. And that is what the so-called white man getting ready to plant on everybody on the earth, to try and plant everybody on the whole earth. But we're gonna have some people who ain't going to take the chip. We're gonna have some people who ain't going to take the chip. Some people going to be martyrs. Some brothers and sisters going to be martyrs for the Lord's sake.
That's right.
Alright? Some brothers, the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushai, going to protect them and get them food sufficient to go through that time. You know what temptation? Alright? Because we have faith on this side. We have faith. That's right. That the Lord will deliver us in that day. Alright? Faith is the only thing that can deliver you. You don't have nothing else. Faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Alright?
This is Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
He shall be saved out of it. He is the elect. God. The elect. He going to be saved. He going to be taken care of. Most High going to put a hedge around me. Alright?
Job 5 and 19.
But the Most High going to put a hedge around the one who will be rebellious against his word. The ones are you who don't want to turn from wickedness. The ones are you who see it. Your brother selling drugs to the next man and we tell him, hey, stop doing that good. When we prove him for that. The ones are you who stand up for righteousness. Alright? The Most High won't put no hedge around you. You're going to be caught up in Jacob's trouble. And let me see a brother do die doing this work. Or a brother who was doing this work become a martyr. So what? The Most High are you back anyway. You understand?
Very nice. You have to be self-good. Say, when the righteous perish, no man consider it. It's a peace. You understand? You got the Most High. You understand?
Hey, well, yeah, it's right.
This is Zechariah 13 verse 9. Right now, I'm jumping to Job. It says that I will bring the third part to the fire. And first start with verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land said Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein.
The third shall be left therein. Alright, that land may be talking about the USA. Okay? That land may be talking about the America. 2/3 over there going to be cut off and die. Alright? And the elect will be gathered all throughout the earth. Alright? The elect scattered throughout the earth, but mainly in America, 2/3 will be cut off and die. Alright, well.
This is Job 5:19, 20. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
Right, so right now we're between the 6th and the 7th trump. We're between the 6th and the 7th trump. So when that 7th trump blow, the left world is looking to get everyone out of here. By a way of so-called UFOs. You know UFOs, sir? By way of so-called UFOs. Chariots of Israel. Alright? By the time that 7th trump is coming, ladies. Nothing, no evil and going to touch you in this time. Scripture says, alright? No evil. The only thing that going to happen to the elect is righteousness. And that the end God be all of the elect and Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Eternity and righteousness forever. Salvation. Alright? But 2/3 are you wicked Israelites. You wicked Israelites. Who don't want to turn to the Lord? 2/3 are you? I could see nothing but death for you. Alright?
This is Isaiah 31 verse 5. It says as birds flying, so will Yahweh Hashem Yahushai of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defend them, also he will deliver it, and pass it over, he will also preserve it.
Right, so as birds fly, that is the chariot. In a formation, like how birds just fly. That is how Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will come and deliver his elect and protect his elect as birds fly. Alright? And the so-called UFOs. Because guess what? So-called UFOs is the chariots of Israel. That's the reason why in slavery, you had slaves say they'd swing low sweet chariot coming forth to carry me home. In the lyrics of the song it says, I looked over the Jordan, when the Jordan is over in Israel. Showing you that the slaves knew that they were Israelites. They looked over the Jordan And I can't remember it word for word. I think the thing, what do I see? Chariots coming forth to carry me home.
Can't. Finish your point. I'm going to take it out here.
When the Jordan is over in Israel, so that we knew we were Israelites.
Alright, so when they were transported, when Columbus and they were was coming to the so-called New World, boss man, watch your foot please. They was coming to the New World, right? They had a chariot that used to was leading them, right? They call that chariot St. Elmo's Fire, right? Just like how we had a chariot that was leading us in the wilderness, right? They had a chariot that was leading Christopher Columbus, right? And the conquistadors, right? You can look it up, St. Elmo's Fire. Right?
This is Luke 21 verse 27 to 28. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
God, for your redemption draweth nigh. When these things begin to come to pass, when you see it, martial law take place. Alright? When you see it, RFID chip being implemented, when you see people actually taking it, this thing right here, what the apostles were prophesying about since they say before they come on you. And I listened to a song from this freaking Ethiopian by the Benjamin Cesar Colony. He said, them in a computer age, children beware of it. The number is 666.
Yeah.
Look out for microchip.
And that's how long ago that was?
1999.
You understand?
1999, you see that? He said, look out for microchip. He said, that's the mark of the base. Look out for microchip.
You understand? How about that reggae tunes that they mentioned it too? How about that? Yeah?
Yeah.
God, hey, look at this garnet still. I saw Zion in a vision. I was there amongst everyone. He was searching for his righteous. Oh, it's like a family reunion. And when you think about it, when the Most High come searching for your righteous, to go and be a family reunion, because he left you 144,000. You understand? This is Psalm 21, verse 3 to 4. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence.
That's from one of
I find we know more reggae than the Benjamite boy.
Psalm 91, 1 to verse, I'll go down to 6. It says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Right, and what is the secret place of the Most High? Scripture. He said, surely the Lord will do nothing but to reveal his secret unto his servant, the prophet. So we, beginning with the apostles, dwelling in the secret place of the Most High.
That's right.
The hidden thing. The thing that was hidden from centuries, Most High revealed it unto us. That is a secret.
And with that being said, the mark of the beast is a secret and a mystery up to now, because it hasn't revealed to be the mark of the beast. But we know through the mysteries being revealed unto us that it's Esau's plan to mark you to be in submission to him, to accepting his system and his way of life, to make him your God and your power. But we would refuse that and be the servants of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai.
That's right.
Because you know, unto us it was revealed, you understand, but unto them this is Psalm 25 verse 14. I went back to Psalm 24. It says the secret.
So like we're not ignorant of Satan's devices.
This is Psalm 25 verse 14. It says the secret of Yahweh is with them that fear him, and he will shew them his covenant.
The secret of Yahweh is with them that fear him, and he will shew us his covenant, his words, his laws, his statutes, and commandments. And the ones who fear him is the Israelites. Only the Israelites can carry that head. Alright,
it says, Psalm 21 at verse 2. I will say of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, he is my refuge and my fortress.
Refuge from what? You damn cool ass Christians going to church every week working Sunday. Or you feel like you done saved already? Saved from what? He's my refuge. What we need refuge from? What we need to seek refuge from? The place where you shall go and release on here?
Yeah, the day of the Lord.
Can't the day of the Lord, as the brother said. The place, the day of the Lord. Martial law, concentration camps, the RFID chip, alright? The pestilences, diseases, alright? What you used to have cooking up in the CDC every day.
Can. Show you that in World War Z.
Can, yeah?
Chemical warfare. Yeah? They show you that. They tested it out the other day in Syria. And then they say it's Assad who do it. You understand? You remember some years back when the People's Partnership was in power, Jack Warner said we had to prepare ourselves for biochemical warfare. You understand? So hey, those in the higher circle, they know about it. You understand? They know about it. You understand?
You understand? Because why? Church, whether that's things to that Satan has some kind of power to do evil, but the scripture says, shall there be evil in a city, and Yahweh Samuel Shai not done it. One of the places of I see them, right? This is 2 Corinthians 16 verse 8. It says, the mighty Yahweh Samuel Shai sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his rod, and who is he that makes one chip? Jump into verse 13. So strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow.
His right hand? Who is his right hand? Yahweh Shai. You understand? And he said he wouldn't meet you as a man, he coming in that spiritual power. Right? He says so strong is that right hand that bendeth the bow. He is actually the one who's going to direct them missiles to hit the target. None of them missiles going to miss.
And shall not miss.
Yeah.
When they begin to be shot in the ends of the world.
Right, so what arrow you know? Hercules now. And Perseus, them guys not here.
But them guys ain't real.
They was never real, but what I say, they're not here on the earth right now to take off freaking the ball and shoot it from Japan going to reach America. So F-Just was actually seeing missiles being shot up. And that was about 2,500 years ago. When they do geography, when they do history, that was about 2,500 years ago.
What is so true, and I can show that arrows is in you. Look when North Korea is from America, and he could launch a nuke from any direction and from America. You understand? He's saying and he has the capability now to hit mainland America. Right now, the plan is America wants to go to war because they are talking about in the Pentagon, they want to go to war with Korea, but they're trying to go back. And right now, it's South Koreans are taking up against that because they say the war won't be. Hey, and I used to show you how I hate America. The war is going to be on America, it's going to be in Korea.
Yeah, that would no blood is going to spill over here, it's going to spill over there.
So when the South Korean woman was saying, American people are more important than we all, but guess what? The Israelites life more important than the rest of the nation. And we blood shed, so guess what? Let's blood and shed too. We don't need to give a rat's ass to go on with all it. You understand? Because all the way I'm being servants at the end of the day.
That's right.
But guess what? Anyway you take it, we know that the scripture says that the war will not be anybody at your home to battle. Why the most I going on John the river?
Let's continue. He come with that same demon expressed from last week.
So yeah, so the arrows were talking about the scriptures on different swords, right? Goes back to Isaiah and nuclear missiles. You understand?
What?
Revelation.
My name is Abraham Partner. You can't call me no demon.
Yeah, demon right out. Yeah, demon right out.
You
Go
know
ahead.
my
Go
heart.
ahead.
Let him finish.
Continue with the
ask your
scriptures.
question.
Continue with the
Listen
scriptures, Let the scriptures roll,
Brother, listen first.
You know my heart.
please. He just come here right through. I know. Yeah, he's coming right through. Hey, his number brethren first to begin. And I will prefer that you leave me alone, right? Leave us alone. Step off. We're not Ethiopians, we're not Egyptians, we're not your people. Right? You on your own cloud. You on your own cloud. You is not part of us. Hey, wolves. All that judge thing is not part of you. Hey, love is not our answer. We hate. And we hate two-thirds of our people. We hate men like you. We hate men like you. Hey, black is not black is not color. You have black cat, black rat, black dog. Hey, and right now you're a black dog. Yeah, you're a black dog. You know what a black dog? You know what a black dog? You're a black female dog. You know what a black female dog? Hey, alright, well, keep it stepping now, right? Keep it stepping now. Go on, go ahead.
Was from the blood of the prophets and of the saints. So prove that the
That's nice, but leave the crazy people alone.
was back then, son. And they would be here now, son.
Hey, even the Quran says, you understand, the gift of prophecy are given unto the Israelites. Moses rebuked Joshua for all. He said, for his prophet, he said to be in which all Israel was prophets. You understand? Because guess what? Sometimes some people might be ignorant to the truth. But the scripture did say in Joel 2:28 that he's going to pour spirit on all flesh. Right? Because some people who are weak and they have apocalyptic dreams. They have dreams of it. I mean, their dreams are full scriptures to show that their dream on point. Right?
Says, and in her is America, right? Was from the blood of the prophets and of the saints and of all that was slain upon earth. Because why? Esau is the one who was given dominion all over the whole earth. And all death, everybody that dies, is because of his fault. The Most High have he responsibility. Understand? Because why? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And they rule the earth in a effed up way. You understand? So that is why you're going to be judged by the plagues where you have about Hashem Yahushua going and said that I see them look.
Cleansed by the blood of them who shed it. You understand? So being that the land will not be cleansed by the blood of them who shed it. Guess what? Like the whole nation of Esau. You understand? Like the whole seed of the wicked.
This is Joel chapter 2 verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're doing that trumpet in Zion, in Israel, in Jerusalem. We're warning our people. Right? You understand? We're telling them other nations to prepare for slavery. We're coming to warn the people, coming to warn the elect out of the house of Israel. The people who are fear the Most High Yahweh and Shem Yahushua.
That's
and
right.
turn back to him. Right? The two-thirds, there's a way to break.
What Johnny Baptist said, Salakia, Johnny Baptist said, bring forth fruit, meat for repentance. Right? So it's not clungish time, now it's not no time for games. So now it's time for seriousness. You see, we are around the corner. Right? Let me get the rotation there.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh.
Yes, the Most High cometh, let everybody tremble.
Daniela.
The Most High is a man of war. Where?
For it is nigh at hand, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the moon is spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong.
Yes, so it's not that they are fixed just no rose petals. It's that they are darkness and gloominess. Where?
There has not been ever the light,
Yes, nothing like this ever happened before. Where?
neither shall any more after it, even to the ears of many generations.
Alright. Hold on. Go and read it. Go and read two with them, Daniel. Go and read with them, Daniel. I want everybody to get a rotation. Right. One of them come and post here. Now you come post too. Koda go read. Koda go read. Come. Yeah, that was it.
Just like the top of that small topic, but I realize we deal with destruction. But you know, I'm not with people, just having my spirit just there and was up there a little bit, but people don't have no patience and they don't have no kind of manners or anything. We're dealing with that topic, you know, only on one topic. Jake like to come and change the topic and he wants to make his own topic. And we're not about that, right? We're about order. This is about order. So we're dealing with destruction and the missile. Right? That is foretold in the scriptures that's supposed to come. Now, if you look at the scripture says to look at the time. If you look at the time that we're into,
Second Ezra chapter 9 verse 1.
Yeah, right. Look at the times, if you look at the times, you see that war is on the horizon. There's no peace going on right now. War building up.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 from verse 1 go down. Check around 5 and 6.
Joel chapter
9 and 1. Yeah, go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Measure the time diligently in itself. Meaning you look at the news and sometimes you scripture.
Come.
You know you measure the time diligently to the scripture.
Measure me, I think measure also means to observe. To observe.
Measure.
Yeah.
Measure means to observe. So we observe the time that we're in. We see that things going on in America. Like people rounded up. The people rounded up and created that race wars that like heated up. Right? You know? See that? Right?
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Right.
And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before,
Which he has told you before, which was to come, right?
then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time, wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So, if we pay attention,
Second Ezra chapter 9 verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time, wherein the highest Yahweh Basham Yahushai will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right? So, if you look at the time, you see that destruction is close to come. And what we're looking for is that war that's building up between Russia and America. Right? Which will end up in a nuclear war. Will end up in a nuclear destruction. Right?
Joel chapter 2 and verse 3. The fire devoured before them.
No. When Mr. Steiner, it says a fire to go up before them. Meaning it's talking about the warhead. Right? Well,
And behind them, a flame burneth.
behind them a flame burner. That's how it propels the missile. Go ahead.
The land is as the Garden of Eden before them.
Now it's describing the land before the missiles hit. It says that as the Garden of Eden, the Garden of Eden was full, it said full with trees and the place full. So it's not describing, like it will have a lot of buildings, you know, the land of the Garden of Eden. Right?
And behind them a desolate wilderness.
Because when it hit the place, everything gonna, you know what I mean? Go into flame, right?
Yea, and nothing shall escape them.
Nothing that can escape them. Now, it is scientific proof that the only thing that might be able to survive a nuclear blast is
Cockroach.
cockroaches. That might be the only thing.
The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses.
I was describing how we saw them like horses running. Go ahead.
And as horsemen, so shall they run.
Yeah,
Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains,
yeah.
shall they heap. Like the noise of a flame of fire shall devour the shovel.
Right.
And the strong people set in battle array.
That's right. So right now the missile, I think I'm going.
Before their faces, the people shall be much feared.
Yeah, so when the people see them, how they will be like, you know what I mean?
In awe.
That will be their last, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's see them coming up, go ahead.
All faces shall gather blackness.
Yeah. All faces now will be like, they will know this is the last. Go ahead.
They shall run like mighty men.
Yeah,
They shall climb the walls like men of war.
yeah.
And they shall march everyone on his way.
Everyone will be marching on the way. Go ahead.
And they shall not break their ranks.
Yeah.
Neither shall one trust another.
Meaning that they wouldn't entangle and bounce up one another. All will go to the target. Go ahead.
They shall walk everyone his path.
Yeah.
And they shall fall upon the sword.
Yeah.
They shall
They
not.
shall not fall upon the sword.
Nothing.
Nothing will pierce them. They will go straight to the target. Go ahead.
They shall not be wounded.
They shall not be wounded. Go over there. Go ahead.
Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 8. Therefore ye wait upon me, said the Lord Jehovah Shai, until the day that I rise up to pray.
Yeah.
For my determination is to gather the nation.
Right. This is the Most High will. The Most High will is to gather all the nation. And when you say all nation, it doesn't mean all. We're talking about is the scattered that is scattered.
Nations
It's
are-
all nations.
Yeah, the 12 tribes.
The 12 tribes.
Each
That
being a
I may
nation unto
assemble the
itself.
kingdom
Yeah.
to pour upon them my indignation.
That's right. That is in the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is where in the Middle East, to be exact. Right?
Even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Right. As far as jealousy is what goes like TBM. Right? Over there, we figure Isaiah 51. Isaiah 54, 60, Isaiah 9 and 5. Yeah.
That Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 60.
Yeah, man.
Behold, I have created the smith.
He created the what?
Smith.
Created the smith. Now what a smith is do? A smith is somebody that they will melt iron and they will strong and make a weapon. Right? But this smith is talking about is the modern day smith, which is what the scientists that build the ICBM.
That bloweth the coals in the fire,
Right?
and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
Right?
I have created the waster to destroy.
Waster. A waster is actually a bomb. Something to destroy. You know? Yeah, Isaiah 54.
Yeah.
Isaiah 9 and 5. And Ezekiel 21.
This is Isaiah 9 verse 5.
Yeah, read.
And it says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise
Yeah.
and garments roll in blood.
Yeah, because in the ancient days, how war was, it was actually real barbaric. Men used to be with the sword and shield, putting themselves at a great risk. You know what I mean? You ain't sure to come back from that battle.
Right.
That's why the scripture say, you know it again? It says,
For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise
Yeah.
and garments roll in blood.
And why is that confused noise? A lot of noise, clean, real noise. Then shield, banging against sword. It's all confused noise.
But this shall be with burning and fuel for fire.
Most I said this war will be a burning. Because in this time it didn't have no such thing as men with swords and batons and all them things. And this time is with they have things like drones, they have the tanks, they have planes, missiles. Read that all again. This one will be with burning of fire. Right how the ICBM does work.
For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise
They're confused noise, a lot of noise. Well,
and garments roll in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
burning and fuel of fire. See that? So this is what we're looking for. You know that? Alright, hold on. Go ahead. Yeah, so one thing.
Ezekiel chapter 21 and verse 9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus said the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai.
That's what we come out here to do. We come out here to prophesy and say what is to come. The most I say what is to come. Well,
Say, a sword is sharpened.
a sword is sharpened. Well done. Not a physical sword really. It's that describing the ICBM.
And
Because if they really, in the spirit, if you look at the ICBM, right, it's actually shaped like a sword. You know? But a sword does represent destruction.
that's right.
You know what I mean? Well, you know some men in the street, you know what they say? They say the Arabs is Esau because they use the sword. But I know what the word sword means. It just means destruction. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And also burden. It is sharpened to make it so slaughter.
Yeah?
It is furbished that it may glitter.
Yeah, because what is really happening when you see an ICBM coming down? You see something glittering coming down.
And
Niggas might not sleep and wow, that's nice. With a shooting star. Yeah, it's a shooting star, nigga. For you. Go ahead.
should we then make merit?
Should we then make mirth? Should we be happy and what's everybody? What's everybody? The parking. Well,
It contented the rod of my son
yeah.
as every tree, and he that had gathered it to be furbished, and it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, it is furbished,
Yeah.
to give it into the hand of the slayer.
Yeah, who's this there? This there is so-called white man. Right? All these other nations. Esau and these other nations. Because right now everybody have a sword. Japan has a sword, every day they tested it. Russia has a sword. Russia actually have a sword called SS Satan. Right? You know what I mean? I think it's a place in Scripture where it's a sweeping wind. Now if you look at the Scriptures and you look at what's going on out here, China has a missile called the East Wind.
Spiritual name.
Yeah,
Yeah, and as you're talking about the sun, because them nations, when they have like the different national days, there's parade of swords.
Yeah,
You understand? There's parade of swords.
that is the pride and joy. You
Huh.
know, that's the
They
pride.
should.
So,
Because
hey,
remember,
look how much power we have.
Huh.
Because in this world, the man that has the nuclear has the power to control the nation.
and that's what America, Babylon once had, that superpower being their first with atomic energy.
Like North Korea #1 show-off weapon.
Can.
When they do in the parade, you just see that missile just in front, in the
Yeah.
middle, and the rest parade around.
Because when in this movie X-Men, what's his name? When he take over everything, what's his name? Before Apocalypse. They show you in the movie when Apocalypse coming, say no more.
Yeah.
Call it fast.
He found it aside when they shoot, and you talk about the last one. He destroyed a lot. He destroyed a lot.
Well, he was going to use it to
Yeah.
blow up as it was happening.
Yeah. And then say, and the one before the last one, when they fired, if you remember that when Professor Xavier get crippled, right? Yeah, but they fire all of them and they use spiritual powers and stop it. But they're not going to stop it in real. They're not going to stop it in real.
You know, he said it's power.
Can.
Them kind of movies can make you feel like when we both basically, the point is that, you know what I mean? The people that control all these missiles,
wonder
they're the
why.
ones that have the power. That's what the whole thing is about. A fight over power
Can.
and over rulership. Right? That's why. Somebody will do that? All right. What is it doing?
This is Malachi 4 verse 1. For behold the day cometh, that shall burn as an offering.
Because at the day cometh that shall burn as an offering. What day is that? At the day of the Lord. That's actually the nuclear missiles.
Right.
When they hit, and that sweep through the whole city, the whole of America, yeah?
And all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly,
And all the proud. Because these people are them, they're walking the earth and they're proud. Esau actually proud. And even within Esau, his own people don't even know what he planning for them. Esau so wicked, he willing to destroy his own people, his own self. Yeah. Right.
shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up.
What the picture?
I have one here. I have one here.
Yeah.
I have one there.
It's describing how the people are going to die.
I have this one here.
Yeah, that one there, that's a small one. Well, I bring them a few of them. That's to illustrate, because you see, the thing about the scriptures, right? When I read the scriptures, you must
Envision it.
picture in your mind.
Envision it.
Vision everything that is to take place. Because it's like a movie, you know. This is a movie, you know. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And your mind's supposed to project some kind of projection of what to take place, you know?
So you don't like your people, huh? So you don't like your people, right?
This is Isaiah 14 verse 20. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seeds of evildoers shall never be renowned.
God, it will never be heard of again. You know what I mean? They will never be put up on that high pedestal ever again. You know? And that's how we saw it. We saw it he would go through, he would go to the depths to be in power. And if it means killing a few of his people, for him to be in power, he will do it. Right? Yeah. And you will call it collateral damage. That's when you do that. That's when you are wrong. You know? Go back.
So the police moving on military.
Yeah, Marshall, watch it, Marshall. You know, Marshall said, watch, there is police on the back, right? There is police on the back, right?
But in an army kit.
In an army kit, right? You see? That's police.
The operation is police, sir.
Yeah. You understand? That's it, we in a police state.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
We in a police state. You understand? Watch that full that military regalia there, bulletproof vest. But that's police.
They kill you on the spot and no answer. You
Yeah.
never answer nothing. You know.
Yeah.
Kill you.
You understand? Anyway, let me keep the script. Let me go back to the script.
I mean, maybe spirit here because all of the more silent, you know what I mean?
Malachi 4 verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an offering, and all the proud, yea,
All the crowd, all the people that talking about that didn't go come. All the crowd, gonna be stubborn, go ahead.
and all that do wickedly shall be stubble,
Yeah, which is Esau and the other nation, go ahead.
shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up,
Yeah,
saith Yahweh of hosts,
that's right. Yeah.
that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Without root nor branch, the lineage will actually perish. But we go after this, the nuclear, some of these sons must still be around. And I tell them I have good
You think of my root. My root is what I said in the tree.
Right,
Once that root gone, I get it.
the children with our way, when they say root, you know what I mean? Hey,
Zechariah chapter 12. What did he 10, right?
Yeah.
Verse 10. And I will pour upon the house of David. That from 9. And it shall come to pass that in that day I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem.
Right, that's right. How are you going to do it? You're going to do it by the nuclear missile, by the farming, by martial law,
God.
even by the chariots. The chariots going to be getting down. Chariots going to be lighted up people, you know what I mean?
And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and of supplication, and they shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him as one mourneth for his only son, and shall end bitterness, shall be in bitterness for him as one that is in bitterness for his firstborn.
We'll touch on all the missiles and all the missile players in the scriptures. Let's just show that you know what I mean, the destructions are coming up. Yeah.
This is 2 Peter 3 verse 10. But the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night.
Yeah, to come as a thief in the night because what everybody gonna be doing. Everybody gonna be like in themselves. They're gonna be partying. They're gonna be on the boat ride. Normal nothing. Yeah. Like in themselves thing. They're gonna be as all these people is here. He said just as Noah, the days of Noah. That's how it's gonna happen. Yeah, this way again. Well,
In the which the heavens shall pass away with
all the tears are heavy. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
shall pass away with a great noise.
What's that great noise? Boom! What's that great noise? That noise is them missiles will hit. What's that great noise? Go ahead.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
The elements, everything, everything will melt. With fervent heat. Go ahead.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall,
Works that are there. World and works that are there. Everything you see around here, this is works of the earth. All we have to do is work. The works that are there.
the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
Everything will be lit. Others say, they're not saying no harm. They will say, boy, lit, boy. Yeah, it will be lit. America and the environment, different nations going to be lit.
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Matthew chapter 24 verse 37.
Yeah,
But as the days of Noah were,
yeah.
so shall also be or the coming of the Son of Man.
Yeah, because people are going to actually doubt that will happen. Right now, people that believe that will never happen to America. People they're very proud. You have to remember, from the beginning, all nations used to rise and used to fall according to the prophecy. So if this one ain't going to fall,
For as in the days that were before
yeah.
the flood, they were eating and drinking,
There was like in the sun, eating and drinking, go ahead.
marrying and giving it to marriage,
Yeah, there was, I mean, check, go ahead.
until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
The same thing they do it over again. The same thing they look around.
This is Isaiah 22, verse 13. And behold, joy and gladness slaying oxen and killing sheep, eating flesh and drinking wine. Let us eat and drink, for tomorrow we shall die.
Right? Tomorrow we will die, so that actually the mind, dies out the thing. Sick by tomorrow we go and dead by the weekend, like this, something like that.
Verse 14.
Because a lot of these people know the destruction coming, so their attitude is, right? That's why we go and tomorrow we die. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
That some of them may say that sounds like that one life to live.
YOLO. Oh, that's a real great saying, man. You know what I mean? People don't understand judgment when they say, you have one life to live, boy. Let me like you said, man. You know what I mean?
Verse 14. And it was revealed in mine ears by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Right?
surely this iniquity
Yeah.
shall not be purged from you till ye die.
Right,
Say it.
the right prophecy must happen, it must come to pass. When you start talking, go ahead.
Say it, Yahweh of hosts. Thus saith the Lord, go get thee unto this treasure, even
Right. You got something? Answer. Okay, what about the real destruction? Yeah.
This is Isaiah 24, verse 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard,
Yeah, actually when them messages hit, what's happening to it? With a rock to and fro.
Right.
And what's gonna happen?
and shall be removed like the cottage, and the transgression thereof
Yeah.
shall be heavy upon it,
Right.
and it shall fall and not rise again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Amos chapter 9 and verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh Shai are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saying that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. Behold, eyes of the Lord Yahweh Shai are upon the sinful kingdom.
Sinful kingdom, boy. Because out here, it's full of sin. I said, Lord, upon sinful kingdom, boy.
And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
That's right. That is actually talking about Israel. Will destroy them. Right? Bring it up.
This is Revelation 9, verse 16.
Yeah.
And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard a number of them. And thus I saw the horsemen in a vision.
The horsemen, now, John the Revelator, when he was on Island of Patmos, right, he would see certain things that, certain terms he might make this time, he wouldn't describe, and we would say, when you see something, say, hey, look at plane, you know what I mean? He might, in that time, remember the vision, he see, what he was talking about is this time here. So when you see it in the horseman, if you go back into Joel 3 and you will understand what the horseman is.
But even as they say, a bow shall be shot from this.
From one, right, a bow could, actual bow can shoot from one side and go to the other side. So actually talking about a missile.
So he described where you know how it is.
Yeah, that's how he described it in his way, you know what I mean? Well,
17. And thus I saw the horsemen in a vision, and them that sat upon them.
No, go back to Joel, let me describe the horsemen. Because I think it's Joel. What we start with? Joel.
Yes, Henry and two.
Yeah. This scripture goes perfect with that. It shows you what the horsemen is. Because when the missiles move in, they only describe them like horse. Because that's how we are describing how a horse is with power.
Yeah.
That's how the missiles will move in. Power.
Horse and the horsemen, right? Battle.
And horse and horsemen battle going like a ride, riding in the battle. Yeah, go ahead.
So Joel chapter 2 and verse 3. A fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burning. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
Yeah. So you understand what it says here? It says the land was as Eden. You know, go ahead, continue. You're getting on something that's
Yea, and nothing shall escape them.
Yeah.
The appearance of them is the appearance of horses.
Is of what?
Horses.
In back there?
And thus I saw the horsemen, the horses in the vision,
right,
and them that sat upon them having breastplates of fire.
No, a breastplate of fire. Right, also allegory, that's describing the missile. How it was like, you're here, go ahead.
And of the jacinth and brimstone,
right,
and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions.
No, you never see a horse with a lion head. A lion is just something of power. Describing how when a lion comes in, you know what I mean? They're running like horse, they're moving like horse. Something move fast like a horse and a head like a lion. It means it's terrible when you see it. You know what I mean? That's describing, that's not their way of describing, you know? Go ahead.
And out of their mouths issued fire.
Right, so how can a lion, fire don't come out a lion mouth? But it's just how he describing it. You know what I mean? I think it's a little more.
And smoke and brimstone.
Yeah, the smoke and brimstone when they're moving by. Go ahead.
By these three was the third part of men killed.
See that? Nice. I think that scripture. That scripture going back to World War I also. This one here in Revelation, that goes back to World War I and II. Right? Yeah, that's how we actually saw the missiles. Right? Going to World War I. Let me get some more.
You want the Revelation, sir?
Yeah, go ahead. 6 and 12.
So Revelation chapter 6 and verse 12. I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake.
Read back again.
And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake.
Right.
And the sun became black as sackcloth.
What is that great earthquake? When the missiles hit, the place gonna shake. Boom! That actually people when that people air's gonna actually pop out. Go ahead.
Sackcloth appeared, and the moon became as blood.
Go ahead, the place gonna get dark.
And the stars of heaven fell onto the earth.
Like, talk about the missiles now. The missiles coming down there. Say, the stars of heaven fell. Go ahead. Because when you look at ICBMs and they're coming down, when you see that line that's coming like a smoke, I see like it's coming down. It look pretty. Actually, it look pretty. Well, go ahead.
Even as a fig tree cast its untimely figs.
Timely figs. Go ahead. What timely figs is called from a tree? Right.
when she is shaken of a mighty wind, and the heaven departed as a scroll.
The heavenly part of the scroll. And if I have something to illustrate this piece of drama here.
It come like
Where-
a nuclear.
The nuclear, when the nuclear,
Mushroom.
it come like a mushroom.
Yeah.
That these are the only things that he saw. Well, say,
When it is rolled together,
when he said the heavens too, you had to know, hey, wait, when they talk about heavens, this can't be the heavens. You know what I mean? That this scripture too shows you it have more than one heaven. This here is a heaven, it's a rulership. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Yeah. You hold up.
when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island will move out of their places.
Oh, you see that? Oh, where we back that? That's all. Come on, take a train. We back that? Now, what describing here is what was going to happen to the smaller islands. When when it hit America and all the other places that and a bomb, the earth, you remember, I read that scripture, it said the earth going to reach to and like all the islands going to move out of the place. So actually when the island move out of the place, water going to cover it. And this here is what? The island. Read it.
And the heavens departed as a scroll when it is rolled together,
Yeah.
and every mountain and island will move out of their places.
Go ahead. That's it.
And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men,
Yeah.
and the chief captains,
Yeah.
and the mighty men,
Yeah.
and every bondman, and
Yeah.
every freeman,
Then they're in jail and all. Well,
hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains.
hit themselves when they hear that noise. It said every man, rich, poor, the great man, the small man, every man, when they tremble with fear when that they come. When that noise happens.
And they said to the mountains
Yeah.
and rocks,
Yeah.
fall on us and hide us from the face of him
Right,
that
that-
sitteth on the throne.
Right, that goes in. Bring that from Habakkuk.
This is Habakkuk
Yeah.
3, verse 8.
Yeah.
Was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers?
Yeah, go ahead.
Was thy wrath against the seas? That thou didst hide upon thy horses
Yeah.
and thy chariots of salvation.
Horses and the chariots of salvation. So this goes to show that the chariots, which is the UFOs, local UFOs, UFOs going to take part in the bombing of America. If I could get a scripture where it says America go be burning in 1 hour. With that scripture there in 1 hour. In 1 hour, the other scripture where America go burn in 1 hour. It actually tell you. Revelation. Right. Yeah, give me that quick.
It's Revelation chapter 18 and verse 10.
Yeah. It actually tell you what will happen to that land in an hour time. You know what it is?
Standing afar off
Yeah.
for the fear of hurt, torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon,
That great city Babylon, because America is nothing more than modern day ancient Babylon.
Yeah.
Because if you watch all the things that they do, all the laws, everything,
Yeah.
it comes from ancient Babylon.
Yeah.
Right? Well,
that mighty city,
yeah.
for in 1 hour is their judgment come.
There's 1 hour. Come on, let's scripture too. Going in 1 hour. Go back to where you were. We will read them before. Right? So America have a great judgment to come, as the scripture says.
God.
So what is you have to be proud about? There are nothing to be proud about. And we know when America falls, you know what will happen. The whole world will fall. Right? Yeah, go ahead. We're going to take a lesson. Yeah.
2 Ezra chapter 16 and verse 7.
Yeah.
May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer.
Could you turn it back? Go to have 16. You come in that? You want to go to 16.
Jump it down to 16. Like an arrow with a shot of a mighty archer,
A mighty archer, go ahead.
return it not backwards.
When you turn back, you will go to target. Go ahead.
Even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth,
What?
plagues,
Call them plagues. Go ahead.
shall not return again.
When you turn back, set stuff on the target.
Woe is me! Woe is me!
Right.
Who will deliver me in those days?
Well, this is Ezra actually asking, he said destruction to me. He said, who gonna, well, that goes into a deeper teaching, right? That is actually reincarnation, but how Ezra gonna see that in, Ezra was quite back in that time. Ezra talking about, no, he said, who's gonna wake him up in them days? When the mighty archer said that shoot the arrows. He said, who's gonna wake him up? Because what we actually do here, we try to wake up the elect here. We don't know who could be somebody here could be Ezra. I will actually say, right? But back to the fact that we deal with destruction, right? We finish up there, we read 16.
Yeah,
16 and 15. What is it gonna do? 16 and 15?
yeah, that one out there. But I've been in 16 and 16.
16 and 15?
I've been in 16, but I'm only 15 now.
Yeah. Start up again 16 and 15.
Right, well, I got a verse about fire is kindled and shall not be put out.
Yeah.
Right. Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 15.
Yeah.
The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth.
Consume America and all the other. Because it's not only America going to get bombed. Russia going to get some. All these places, this place where they call it, Jerusalem. Because Jerusalem is actually a people. It's not that land that they call it Jerusalem. That land had to cleanse out first. And what are you going to cleanse with? You're going to cleanse with them missiles because fire is a good agent
To clean, yeah.
for cleaning. Because that land actually defiled with blood. With blood and wood. Blood and wood. Also America. The land had to purify. And that agent now is going to make everything new again. Everything will be new again. When missiles hit, everything will clear up and then they will come back down on the time. And it take a little while because nuclear missile, when a nuclear hit, right? That's what they call nuclear. When it comes after the nuclear hit, they call it again by after that because they call it, but they still can't come out. Can't say like you're down in a bunker and come out.
Like radiation.
A lot of radiation can't. Yeah,
They're showing this movie,
yeah, we'll be at it. 13 and 29, and 20 and 24.
some movie a movie that they had with the saw again go onto a planet and struck the whole planet.
Oh yeah, nice scene, like this.
Yeah, so they had some monsters that they created in a prison, right? What they wanted to do with the monsters after they created, when each planet they go and colonize, then they go and kill out whoever dangerous, whoever is racist. Right?
Too much protection.
He so had to nuke the whole place.
Yeah.
You understand? And you have to put on things from the radiation or whatever.
Yeah, can.
So it's just
they can't go to no other planet, right? That is just a movie. That is where they just push out there. They say they went to the moon and they actually can't go there. But we're gonna have to back.
This is Isaiah 13, verse 9. Behold, Isaiah 13, verse 9. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
Yeah, you'll destroy the lawbreakers from out of the land. So, what we'll do now, I'll just leave a little time, I'll bring in another brother, right? Yeah, bring it to
This is Job 20 verse 24.
Yeah.
His breasts are full of milk.
That's how I come with. Jeremiah 59.
Job 20 and 24, right?
Job 20 and 24.
Right. He shall flee from the iron weapon,
And weapon, that is the missile. Go ahead.
and the bow of the steel shall strike him true.
Yeah. What is this? You claim missile. Go ahead.
Verse 25. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall.
And already see that. It's sword.
Terrors are upon him.
Yeah. Destruction is upon it. Go ahead.
All darkness shall be hid in his secret place,
Right.
and fire not blown shall consume him.
I'm talking about who saw them, the wicked. I'm talking about somebody. I was hearing somebody there and they say how destruction gets going to come at that. I'm going to fall from the sky and all that, man. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the song. And if you watch right now, you see that building up right now. Remember Jeremiah 50 and 9?
Jeremiah chapter 15 and verse 9.
50, I do.
The 50 and verse 9.
Yeah.
For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon
Yeah, I'm going to America.
an assembly of great nations from the north country,
Yeah.
and they shall set themselves in array against her.
Russia and China, all you're going to bring it against Babylon. See that? Go ahead.
From hence she shall be taken, the arrows be as of a mighty expert man.
See that? The arrows not going to miss. From an expert, from what the president about they're going to launch and they're going to go chase it. I believe Russia first missile could take out the whole of America. That missile.
Putin said it.
Huh?
Putin said it.
Yeah, it had 12 warheads.
One named Seth.
Yes, that's it.
It has Satan, it has said, it's spelled T-S-A-R.
Yeah.
It say, if the like if they detonated men in the air, it could take out all electricity or whatever the case is.
Can.
If it explode in the sea, it could cause a major tsunami.
Oh yes, I
Yes,
see.
it's like EMP gun.
That is what will cause the tsunami.
Just to show you a highlight of that in first Iron Man,
Gun.
Jericho missile.
Yeah.
So you shoot one missile and with multiple warheads.
Right. Yeah, that's okay. And man, sure, movies that you want is not really movies. Movies is messages.
Yeah.
But you see, people they don't know the scriptures, so when you know these things, I want to see how it is. And that woman sat down next to me and she laughed and getting kicks, but I tell her, she said, no, what's going on there? She said, no. To them, to these people, that's a joke. That's how you know what I mean. I said, but that's a message. That's when you buy anything, you get. But, can. The guy he actually point out things out there. But people that come and let them with he just actually put things in your face.
Like that game.
Yeah, he's like, well, and the scripture says that Colin, that's snake.
Stay there and laugh out.
Yeah, he's going there and say, look at them, they're okay. Then going to realize them go be the kings that he is. Yeah, because he time to go and took that head. Philip, it is so far right, but he knows the scriptures more than our own people.
So Trump, as they are talking with Putin,
Yeah, Trump
it
is
won't work.
like a puppet.
It won't work. But they are trying to reconcile with Putin, Trump.
Yeah.
It won't work.
Trump is a puppet. I really think what's puppet. But what's the ambassador of China? We don't know that's good here. Right.
Right?
The WRC, the apostle of the elders, and men who doing this work is sincerity and truth.
Yeah.
You know the brother here?
Kalalal, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, to the Monastir Apostles and Elders of Great Wilson and World. Salutations to the brothers of the Christian who do not stand sincerity, who hope for the elect. Right? Yahushua David. And while we was in the back, in the backing wall, the brother looked up something on his phone, right? On the company in Sweden who pushed the RFID chip hardcore, which is one of the main prophecies that is actually coming, that's actually taking place at the moment, right? And bring up your phone there. Now read Hebrews, Habakkuk, verse 3. Habakkuk. Yeah, so this is the company in Sweden, right? Now the name of the company is Biohacks. Biohacksweden.com. Right? Now when you go on Biohacks, the logo. This is the logo. Tell me if you go on, right? This is the logo here. Now if you watch good, you see in Biohacks, you see in the one world, which the one world represents the one world order.
Yeah.
And when you watch good, you see RFID coming straight down, and when you're going across, you see NFC.
Yeah.
Now NFC, go back to the small little square chip that they put in. It's not an imprint. It's not an imprint yet, but it's also a part of the technology, right?
I can ask something.
Yeah, you got that.
But NFC is near field communication. So right now in Europe, they have NFC tattoos, right? And how they do these NFC tattoos? Yeah, them as there's change color for temperature, if it's sick of them kind of shit now, boy. So they're really enticing you with this thing. It's so coming sweet. It's like the game candy top, baby. God, that the energy they coming out right now.
As far as this tattoo, so let's go back to it. RFID and NFC. You know, anybody could go and look it up and find it now. This be the logo of the company. Now the reason why we choose Salah. The reason why we choose because hey, this at the moment you see the chip it coming, and the devil is waiting to bring out this no more, right? Now you can go up and watch the news. Because I did a video yesterday on the RFID chip. When I was in the video and I was reading the news article, right? One of the things that catch me in the news article was that they say even though the chip is not mandatory as yet. Now if you catch what they say it's not mandatory as yet. So that means they already have it in the mind to make it what? Mandatory.
Yeah.
Right? And that article was put into the one in America. What is Wisconsin, right? That was put into that company. So obviously soon it will become mandatory. So whether let me have a book.
This is Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak.
But the end it shall speak, and which we know right now we are the end of days. So right now the prophecy is speaking, the vision is speaking. And one of the main prophecies that I mentioned is the RFID chip. That we will bring it up constantly every time you're outside here.
Right.
So you see at the end, the vision shall speak. And right now it's speaking. It's speaking. Right? Well,
but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
And not what?
Not lie.
So the apostles and them was speaking this 30 years back. Right? It had men that passed, men that come into the camp, men that leave, that thought this was a joke, that thought this was a lie, that thought the RFID chip would have never come. And when you actually look at the RFID chip, that actually go back to what, 50, 60 years back they was planning that. More than that. I just giving you a rough among the years, a rough estimate, right? Well,
though it tarry, wait for it.
Though it what?
Though it tarry, wait for it.
So though it tarry, wait for it, because men give up patience. The man James 1 verse 3, right? Because men, that way their patience coming. Because through patience, the apostles and still they're preaching this thing day in and day out. Wait at men that actually give up. That had men that taught them that give up, right? And they hold on. Because the Most High tell us straight out it will tarry. But one thing you tell is that to wait for it, and they wait patience coming. Go ahead.
This is James chapter 1 verse 3.
Yes.
He said, knowing this, that the trying of our faith worketh patience.
Worketh what?
Patience.
So that way you say wait faith, and waiting faith is what? Patience. And the way you say trying of faith, that who will be considered worthy. Right? That who will be considered worthy. To the trying of your faith constantly going through this, constantly waiting. Because you'll be outside here years prophesying, prophesy any downfall. And the people might pass and say, Babylon, straight out there. So people might pass and say, when the Most High coming back, and the thing I go back to first Peter, I say second Peter, right? Yes, always say that. But I say, do it sorry, wait faith, and our patience coming. You see, Jake, they short-minded, right? They see what they see now, that is it. They don't consider the latter end, right? So finish with it. Right, go ahead.
Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come.
So what?
It will surely come.
And when it come in hardcore. Give me the revelation and say, the devil knew about a short time.
This is Revelation chapter 12 verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heaven, and he that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth.
And the word woe go back to destruction.
Yeah.
So what the parallel is destruction to the inhabitants of the earth. What?
And of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you.
Yeah.
The
devil is the white man, right? And what the natives used to call them when they come in the land? They used to call them the red devil. What the Chinese used to call them? Chinese call them and the same devils, the white Satan. Let's call them. That just to show you that the nations know that these people be the devil, right? So go ahead.
Because he knew that he had but a short time.
But you know that short time. That way it say. That when you go back, when you really have a cup, right? The last piece of it, it tell you it will come. Because the devil know you about a short time. So you know what? When he bring in that ship, like it was months apart. It was literally months apart that Sweden had become the #1 state for the RFID chip. And some weeks after, America, the company in America, he said, and when they go into the little information, the company in America, the same company Biohack, is them show the company that system. And when you read the information, it says it's 80 people in the company, right? And 50 already take the chip, and that was a month ago. So a month ago to now, the 80 or more must them take it. Now you remember, a company big as that, what they do is that they have a board, right? I know the companies are sole partnership, meaning it's one owner. Most of the time they have a board of directors. So when the board of directors normally they invest into other companies. So once they bring this item to this company, it will spread. Right? It will spread. So let's read over that scripture.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It said, therefore rejoice ye heaven, and ye that dwell in them. It said, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath.
Having great wrath.
Because he knew it.
Hey, right now Jake Wild. You understand? They don't consider. When I watch in social media and it's at a school, we doing is just rapping people phone, he going in the stores and he rapping shoes and he running all the stores and bowling boy gang, Jake Wild. But you see when that devil started crack down, it's one big steel tip to that face. So when that devil come down, he coming down easy, and through the spread, as you can see right there, just now you can see when the army men oppose. It's Jake opposing Jake. We feel a plane. These are kicks and games when this devil come on here. So they say go be bodies on the ground. When you read the Georgia guy's code, sorry if I pronounce it wrong, the white one income at 500 million. There's 7 billion people in the world. And the stone say the white one need 500 million. You know how much dead bodies are going to be? You know how dead bodies